A little late start this morning. It is now 5:43, but I am up. My morning routine is a lot different now that I am a mom. Baby K wakes up usually around 4:30ish to eat, so I feed her. After I feed her, I pump, and then I get out of bed. When I tell you it is rough, it is rough. This is actually day 2 of me doing this morning routine. And every time I wake up in the morning to feed her, I'm like, do I really want to study? But after I pump and I get out of bed, I get a little bit more energy, so that is a good thing. Right now, during this morning routine, I am trying to study for about 3.5 to 4 hours. She usually stays asleep for that long before she wakes up to eat again, so I try to knock out as much as I can with studying within those few hours. And then the rest of the day is pretty much dedicated to her or anything else that I have to do. I do have my coffee this morning. I brought down some apples and peanut butter, and also a Body Armor drink. So I will probably consume that within the next 3.5 to 4 hours along with studying. So being that this is a retest for me, I'm not going through all of the lectures this time. I'm just doing the cram course with Roger. So what I do now is I review the cram course, and then I answer the multiple choice questions with Roger, and then I'll go over to Ninja and do a combination of multiple choice questions. So right now I am on financial management and capital budgeting. I went through the cram course lecture yesterday morning, and I answered about 90 or so questions within that 3.5 hours. So today I think I have about 60 questions left, so I'm going to do those 60 questions with Roger, and if I still have time left over, which I should if she doesn't wake up, then I'll go over to Ninja and do a combination of the 3 sections that I've already reviewed, which is economics, corporate governance, and financial management and capital budgeting. So I'll do a mixture of those questions so that I'm not forgetting the information that I learned from economics and corporate governance. To me, corporate governance is one of the more easier topics. So the first go around, I scored low. I kind of understand the information, so maybe it was just the questions that I got on the test that kind of made me second guess myself, but for me it's an easier topic. Also financial management, it's so-so. So for me, I've been actually scoring in the 50s and 60s, but it's more so trying to remember these formulas off the top of my head instead of going back in the book to get the formula. So that is pretty much what I am going to do this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this computer on and log in. So what I'm doing, if I'm guessing, and I've mentioned this in my other study with me as well, if I'm guessing on the questions, I have this notebook, and basically what I've been doing is just writing down formulas, writing down definitions that I need to remember, and any questions that I get wrong and I don't understand, I write them down so that I can go back to it later to pretty much grasp the information a little bit more. So I am going to log in now and get the ball rolling because it is now 5:50. Being that me and baby K got a late start this morning, hopefully she'll sleep till about 9 o'clock. If not, she is upstairs with her dad at the moment, so he'll grab her and he'll let me know whether or not she goes back to sleep or if she's hungry. So I'm gonna try and knock this out within the next 4 hours. I do have my coffee in one hand, confidence in the other, so I will be sipping on that to try to get through my morning. So let's get the ball rolling. I just finished my 31 questions and I got a 61. The average for these questions in MUJI was 64, so I didn't do too bad. I was below average, but only by 3%. It took me a little over an hour. That's because I had to stop and attend to the baby. That took about maybe 15 minutes of my time. So now I am back and I am going to go review my next 3 sections in Ninja. Right now in Ninja, my trending score is a 63. Taking the other 3 sections, I was trending in the high 60s, low 70 range, and I ended up passing. So I'm going to try to get this trending score up to at least 70%, which should put me in a good spot to pass the test in 3 weeks. I might do 2 practice exams before the test. So maybe I'll do a practice exam on the 17th, which is a week from now. And then I will do another one the weekend before my test just to see where I am. The good thing is, for the next 2.5 weeks, I'm just in the review phase. Whereas before I took the test, I think I only had like a week to actually review. This time around, I have 2.5 weeks. So basically, I'm just making sure that I'm understanding all of the information. Also with Ninja, when I'm doing my questions, I do 30 questions a session, and I've been getting in the high 60s, low 70s. I have to log back in. I'm ranging between the 60s and the 70s again. My highest score has been 93 on a set of 30 questions. My lowest score has been 63. So now I'm just going to select my MCQs by topic. So far I've reviewed corporate governance, economics, and financial management. So I'll continue to do a set of 30 questions until baby K wakes up pretty much. So it's 7:30 now. Maybe she'll wake up between 9:30, 10 o'clock, hopefully. Fingers crossed. At that time, I'll go upstairs, I'll feed her, and then I'll actually probably take a nap, because getting up between 4 or 5 o'clock, it's honestly killing me because she's not going to bed until 12. It's rough, you guys. It is really rough, but I am definitely trying to manage. With her dad being on paternity leave, it has been a lifesaver, so I am extremely thankful for that. He's really put in a lot of work with helping me out. He is God sent, and I'm grateful to have him in the mornings while I am studying. Like this right here is just amazing that I'm able to sit here with minimal distractions, because I actually have her monitor on now in the room with him, but without him here, every time she cries, I have to run up there to see what's going on. Whereas now, with him here, if she cries, he has her. So I don't have to go up there unless she's screaming to the top of her lungs and we can't get her. Right now, for the next 2.5 weeks, I am trying to study at least 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours a day. If I can get in more time, I will. Some days my evenings are either just dedicated to them, baby K and Ty. Some evenings my time is dedicated to YouTube, where I'm recording and editing so that I can post these videos, and then some evenings will be dedicated to studying. So when she naps during the evenings, I'm probably gonna study or work on YouTube so that I have a little bit of balance. She hasn't been napping really well these past few days. Like this week, she hasn't been napping well at all. So I haven't been doing anything in the evenings. I did talk to Ty yesterday about this evening because I do want to record some videos. So even if she doesn't nap, he's gonna manage her while I get my recordings done. I'm thankful for that as well. It would be extremely hard to study, do YouTube, and attend to the baby without him here. So I am extremely grateful for that. Anyways, I am going to get back to this. As you guys see, I selected my 3 sections that I want to review, hopefully by Sunday. Today is Wednesday, So hopefully by Sunday I have gotten through the cram course for all of the sections, and that way it's just multiple choice, multiple choice, multiple choice. If I can get 100+ multiple choice questions in a day for the next 2 weeks, I honestly think I will be set to finish this last test. My test date is set for March 1st. So my test date is set for March 1st, and I'll go back to work the week after. So I set it so that I don't have to focus on the test while working and attending to baby, because that's 7.5 hours of my day that I'll be working, and then the other time, out of that other time, it's either getting ready for work, getting her ready for daycare, coming home, cooking dinner, playing with her, spending time with Tyree, and YouTube. So having studying in the mix will be, I don't even know if it will be manageable. So I am really praying that I receive at least a 75 when I go in on March 1st. And then also my FAR exam, I want to say it expires in April. Let's go check on that. So I actually have until May 31st to pass BEC if I just so happen to fail when I take it on March 1st. Fingers crossed, prayers up that I receive at least a 75 for BEC so that I am done. So I've rambled on long enough. I am gonna go back and do some questions, and I will let you know my scores that I receive after I am done studying. So I'm gonna get back to it now. Officially done studying. The time is now 10:21. So I spent about 4.5 hours studying with a few breaks in between. I got a total of 150 multiple choice questions done, averaging a score of 65. So my scores with Ninja, I got a 70, a 67, a 77, and then my final score was a 53. I think at that point I was pretty much over it. That's what resulted in a 53, which made my trending score go down to 59. After I ended up doing my 4th session, which resulted in the 77%, my trending score was at 64. After the last session that I did, my trending score ended up going down to a 59. So I need to try to get that back up. Probably tomorrow morning I'll go back and review the last session, because I didn't really take notes on my questions that I got wrong. I really didn't read the explanations. I'm tapped out for the morning. I'm done with studying for today. I did take a break around, I want to say 9, and I fed the baby because she was fussy. So that was another break, and then after that I came back and I did 2 more sessions. I will say that studying for the CPA with a newborn is like 10 times harder with no help. So I'm extremely grateful that I do have help so that I can focus on studying for a majority of the time. If you have any help, I do suggest to use it. Use it completely to your advantage. Map out a plan. Try to map out a schedule. The morning time definitely works for me because I was doing mornings before the baby got here. So waking up in the mornings isn't as hard, especially with me having to get up to feed and pump. Usually I'm able to go back to sleep with no issue at all, but I push myself to get out and study because I know that I need to pass this test. I'm going to continue this 5 a.m. 6 a.m. wake up to study thing until March 1st, and hopefully me pushing these 3 to 5 hour sessions will definitely give me an advantage in passing. What I'll probably do later on today, I will go over the cram course lectures on the next section so that I have a good amount of that done tonight going in tomorrow morning, so tomorrow morning I can still focus on more multiple choice questions. And hopefully by Saturday I will be completely done with lectures, and then like I said before, the next 2 weeks, multiple choice questions, multiple choice questions, multiple choice questions. I am also going to review more of the simulations. The simulations were awful. So during the test, so I know that I need to review those. The written communication part, I was comparable on my score report, so I'm honestly not going to really work on that. So what I'll do with those is I'll just read the question and then read the answer for the written communication. What I've been told and what a lot of people were saying and what I think helped me get a comparable score with that is the answer does not have to be right. Make sure that there is, just like you're writing a paper in middle school, there has to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. So your introduction, your body, and your conclusion. Make sure that you're using keywords related to whatever the prompt is about. I think that part is very, very important, to make sure that you're sticking in those keywords. So even if your sentence does not make any sense, if it has a keyword in there, I honestly think that it helps. I believe there are 3 written communication prompts, and I did not complete one. I did not fully complete one. I did have a beginning, a middle, and the end, but they were not complete paragraphs. So I said something in each paragraph regarding the prompt, and I left it at that because I was running out of time. As you guys know, I got comparable in that section, so as long as you take that advice and make sure that your grammar and your spelling is correct, the written communication part is not hard. I think that might be the easiest part, as long as you have a pretty good foundation on the information. Even if you don't have a pretty good foundation, if you can just say, okay, I remember X, Y, and Z from this topic, let me just throw those keywords in there. I think that that helps tremendously. But I am done rambling. It's almost 11 o'clock, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get the day started. The baby is probably gonna wake up within the next 30 minutes to hour probably, so I'm gonna get myself together so that I can get her together once she wakes up. But thanks for hanging in with me today, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will probably try to get another study with me in towards the end of the month to go over my practice exams and how I'm feeling going into the test. I'm gonna try really hard to get that in for you guys. But that is all that I have, and I will see you next time. Bye.